Good morning. My name is Kristin Kaufman. Welcome. If you've stumbled across this video, perhaps you've been following some of the previous videos that I have posted. But today I wanted to address right off the bat a question that has been coming to me on private message for the last couple of days. And that is, Kristin, why in the world would you be involved in a direct sales business? You are a corporate executive. You came out of a corporate job. You have built this great other business. Why in the world would you even be muddying the water by pulling yourself into a direct sales business? And I wanted to address that right off the bat. So first of all, I'll be honest. I had a very incorrect perspective about direct sales. There was a stigma associated with direct sales when I was growing up. We associated it with anything from the Fuller Brush Man to Amway to you name it back in the 60s, 70s, and 80s. And it wasn't necessarily a very positive image. That stigma was something that I had embraced. And I also kind of poo-pooed the idea of doing something like this until I started to educate myself on this business model. And I think that there are several things that really substantiate this business model and why I think it is probably one of the most valid and legitimate ways to augment revenue and to build alternative revenue streams for ourselves that is in the world today. Okay, so first of all, the internet and social media have completely shifted the way in which this business is conducted. We do 90% of our work, or have the ability to do 90% of our work online, if not 100%. I don't schlep product. I don't take money. I don't keep inventory. I don't do any of that. My number one objective and goal in my business is to create awareness about this amazing offering and to create awareness about this amazing revenue stream and how it can indeed become an additional revenue stream for those of us who might be working in a corporate job or perhaps have other businesses like I do. So that's the first thing. The business is not the same as it was when I was growing up. It is completely different, and the internet and social media have changed that phenomenon. And that is the reason why I think it is becoming such a hotbed of growth, because the way in which we take and deliver our products to market. So that's number one. Number two, if you are wondering, who else has validated or legitimized this business model, look no further than Warren Buffett and Bill Gates, both of whom have said if they were to advise anyone that's looking for a side hustle, an additional revenue stream, or perhaps just a full-time revenue stream, and they have minimal capital funds to buy or build a business, you can get into a direct sales business for several $100s and or less. And then you immediately can get a return on that investment and basically be in the black, so to speak, pretty quickly. In fact, just for the record, I paid for my business in total within the first 30 days of launching my business. Everything since that time has been profit in the black. And I don't know of another business that you can actually do that. Most of the times when you start another franchise or engage yourself in another franchise, you could be 1 to 5 years out before you will see a return on that investment and actually become profitable. And that is not the case in a direct sales business like the one that I'm in. So that is the second thing. Your return on investment and how quickly you can see profitability in a business like this is very, very quickly. The third thing that I think is probably the reason why I was so attracted to a direct sales business, and that is it gives you the ability to create multiple revenue streams. And I am a huge believer in having recession-proof revenue, meaning having more than one revenue stream, so that if something were to happen to that revenue stream that your primary revenue stream when you first get started, if something were to happen, you have an alternative way to bring in money. And I will tell you, having been in this business for almost 5 years now, I had something like that happen. My father got very, he fell and he ultimately did pass, but I was here in Hot Springs for almost a year with my mother after that happened, and I was not able to do the kind of work that I was doing on a regular basis. And so therefore, having the ability to build my business from the comfort of wherever I am, and that in this case it happened to be Hot Springs, Arkansas, with a phone and a laptop, and to create a pretty quickly, a four-figure a month revenue stream to augment my other revenue. It basically saved my bacon. So again, there is so much validity in building out an additional revenue stream, and this is one way to do that. And yes, the money is real. I mean, there are people in my company that I know personally who have 5- and 6-figure monthly revenue streams. In other words, 7+ figure revenue streams on an annual basis. And they're doing that out of the comfort of their own home. And they are doing that at their own time and basically on their own watch. So again, there's a lot of freedom in creating the kind of business that you want without having to report to somebody or be part of a corporate setting or anything like that. So the last thing that I'm looking at my notes because I want to make sure I cover all of this, because the questions that people were asking me were very legitimate. So, do I believe in this business model? Absolutely. I absolutely believe it is the 21st century business model. And I think we're going to see more and more businesses like this come to fruition because companies need to be off balance sheet. They want to give women and men the freedom to create their own wealth out of the comfort of their own home. And of course, it's a win-win-win, right? It's a win for the person who's building out their business. It's a win for the company that actually we are distributing their product. And that therefore and of course the consumer, obviously it's a win for them because we make it so easy for them to purchase and have products shipped directly to them. The multiple revenue streams and the residual revenue stream goes without saying. I would not be involved in this business if I did not believe that that was absolutely an advantage and something that I can continue to build, in the comfort of my own home. And then the last thing that I will say is, choosing the company for which you want to partner is very important. I'm a big believer in doing your homework on that. I